For this project, you're going to need glue. So you can either use this kind of glue or you can use a glue stick. A black marker. It does not have to be a Sharpie. It can be a regular Crayola marker. A pair of scissors. A pencil. And then if you only have white paper at home, you can use white paper. You'll just need a couple of different colors. So I would get a green marker. You can get anything that you would color in a flower with. So pink or yellow or purple. And then make sure you have that black one. And then if you do have different colors of paper at home, you're going to need a piece of green paper. Now I'm using piece of green scrap paper because I want to use as much as I can before I throw it out. And I'm also going to be using 2 different kinds of pink paper for my flowers. I'm going to use white paper for the pot for my cactus. I'm actually going to use different colored markers to color in the pot. And then I'm going to use black paper as my background. You don't have to use black paper. You can use any kind of paper or any color paper that you want for your background. You can even use newspaper, would actually come out pretty cool. So for this project, you're actually going to make your cactus 3D. So that means you're going to draw a cactus, you're going to cut it out, and then you'll trace that cactus so that you have the exact same copy of that cactus in 2 different parts. Okay, so I cut out my cactus, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to trace it with my pencil and cut it out, and then I will have 2 of the exact same kind of cactus. The next step is going to be to cover part of your cactus with glue. Now I'm covering the shorter arm with glue, so that means that the other cactus that I have, that short arm is going to connect to the short arm that has glue on it because we are going to make it 3D. So when I glue them together, it's going to look a little bit like this. Okay, so this part is flat. That part is what's going to be going onto the paper, my background. The next step is going to be to cut out a pot for your cactus. Now I cut out a pot that was just shaped like this. I wanted it to be wide because I want to fit my cactus inside the pot. My first pot that I cut out looked like this, and it was a little too thin on the bottom, so my other one is a little bit bigger. Now you can see that it has a couple of creases in it. The creases on the sides, that's going to be where the glue is because we also want our pot to be 3D. So it's going to pop off the paper. Because we want to actually put our cactus inside it. So as you guys can see, our cactus is 3D, which means that our pot also has to be 3D. So cut out your pot and then look for the next step. The next thing you're going to do is cover the flat part of your cactus with glue and paste it onto your paper. So it'll look like this. So as you can see, it pops off the page, which is actually really cool. And then you're going to get your pot. You can decorate your pot. So mine is white right now. I am going to do a couple of designs on it before I paste it onto the paper. But if you don't need to do that, you can just skip the next step. Okay, I decorated my pot. It just has a couple of diagonal lines and some polka dots on it. And then the next thing that I did was I folded the corners in toward the middle like this. Now that's because we are going to be putting glue on this edge over here and then on this edge over here. And that's so that we can have a 3D pot. Okay, so this is our final product. Now you're only putting glue on those 2 flaps that I told you about before. You're not putting glue on the entire pot. And then when I turn the page, you can see that the cactus is actually inside of the pot. It doesn't have to be as far inside the pot as I have it. It can be higher up. Depending on how big your cactus is, it could fill the whole page. I just did a really tiny one. I might make a couple more and put them around this one, so it's kind of like a little garden of cactuses. Don't forget to add in your flowers too. I just added one, but you can add as many as you want.